I'm cool, Vinhaze Lores, Goth von Cool. Let me tell you a little story about a rabbit I once had named Bunnuncula. It had horns and a long tail that looked like it belonged to a squirrel once. It was not a normal rabbit, you see. It was a rabbit that had mirth. The rabbit had teeth. Not just rabbit teeth, but fangs. Like a snake that would pump you full of venom as quickly as it would sit there and let you pet it. And it would purr. I love that rabbit. But I could not figure out what to feed it. It didn't like carrots. It didn't like, what do they call it? Hay. It didn't even like Bunnuncula food. I tried to give it the corpse of an armadillo. And I turned around, and then I turned back, and it was nothing but a shell left. Not a sound, but the clatter of a bunch of bones being dropped to the inside of the cage all at once. Damn, you ain't no normal rabbit. It looked up at me with a smile and went, and I said, nice. Would you like to go on a ride, Mr. Rabbit? The rabbit said, so we did. The rabbit looked out the window like it was the most beautiful thing it had ever seen. The scene dancing by in the dead of night, as they call it. But that's not what I call it. I call it the alive of dark. One time we go roaming through the woods as I was searching for something I could not remember. I was in a half state of wakefulness and sleepwalking. I was looking for a dog that ran away a long time ago. But I didn't know that. Out in the woods, we heard the screaming of what sounded like a child eating too much cake. And my protective senses kicked in, and I was like, well, we need to find this kid to make sure that my rabbit doesn't eat them. And then I noticed the howl of what sounded like a child eating too much cake. It wasn't human. I saw something in the darkness. It didn't look like a child. Long-limbed, wide-mouthed, smiling. It said. I said, damn, buddy. That's how I used to look at people. What you doing over there? You want like a tortilla or something? It said, that's not exactly a yes. Do you know English? It said, yes, have a good time, buddy. and my rabbit got off the leash. I said, well, just have fun, y'all. Nothing. Silence. Bunnuncula and the thing that sounded like a child eating too much cake but had long limbs and a wide mouth disappeared. All I can gander is it simply was Bunnuncula's previous owner before I found them in a well on an abandoned farm. I don't know what happened to either one of them, but sometimes I still hear Bunnuncula's cries of delight after it would accidentally eat 12 birds at once. Bunnuncula would scream in delight. You definitely ain't a regular rabbit, I would say, every time. I bid thee a well farewell, Bunnuncula, and the thing that sounded like a child eating too much cake but had long limbs and a wide mouth. The end.